What is up, YouTube? How are you guys doing today? Hopefully as good as I'm about to be in like 4 hours. Tackling the Terminator challenge today, which I don't think will be very hard, but it's a massive burger in Columbus, so we're gonna head and do that here in a little bit. But it kind of got my gears turning a little bit, right? I've been doing these eating challenges lately, and people love them. It's been really great for my channel. I cannot complain about the growth at all. It's actually been an awesome experience, really. But when I read through the comments, right, I seem to get some people, they're really curious. They're like, how do you eat garbage like this and still stay lean? What are you doing that's like making this not totally just destroy your diet? So I figured a cool little video where I could touch on my training, how I eat up until the challenge, what I do in the 24 hours before and after the challenge, and all that stuff. Just kind of outline it here in a quick video that you guys might find beneficial. And not that everybody's gonna go do eating challenges, but let's say you have an event or you have like something you're gonna go to and you know there's gonna be bad food in abundance and you're gonna be probably partaking in it, then you can employ this strategy yourself if you'd like to minimize any damage to your body. So if you guys are ready to hear what my little, I would call it my eating challenge protocol is, then I'm ready to show you. Let's do it. All right, guys, so first thing I want to cover, now some of this stuff might have been covered in other videos I've done, but we're always getting new subscribers and I feel like touching on some of this stuff again is probably gonna be beneficial to them. I don't want to leave anything out. I like to be as thorough as possible in my videos. So as far as my training, right, how often I work out, how often I do cardio, no matter what, right, I am hitting the gym 6 days a week. I try to give myself one rest day a week, but I'm hitting the gym 6 days a week and I'm training for bodybuilding. So I do hypertrophy training, which means I'm hitting 10 to 12 rep range workouts and really working on growing my body, hitting different body parts and switching things up. So, a typical week might look like I'm hitting my chest and triceps, then I'll hit like back and biceps, then I'll do some legs, some shoulders, some arms, and then that 6th day, depending on where it falls, typically it can be any of those other days, and I'll just throw an extra one in there, because a lot of times I'm making workout content and videos, and all my dudes, we all work out on Fridays, we figure out what we can work out together. So, but I'm hitting at least those 5 workouts, and then doing one of the other ones again another time, so depending on what my schedule looks like. So, I'm in the gym for probably about an hour when I train, unless I'm training with somebody. Sometimes we get a little carried away and can be in there a little longer, but typically I can crank a workout out in about an hour's time, feel really good, and get the most out of it. So if you're in the gym any longer than that, you're probably not working as fast and efficiently as you could. So 60 minutes of training 6 times a week. And then as far as cardio goes, guys, you guys know I touch on it quite a bit, but I'm hitting 40 minutes of cardio 7 days a week. It's very rare that I miss a day ever. The only time I miss a day is if I'm feeling really, really ran down. I'm talking like my body is depleted, which since I started these eating challenges, I'm getting a lot more calories influx on those eating challenge days. So I don't seem to reach that point as often, but I'm doing 40 minutes a day. I have an elliptical here in my house. That's how I do all my cardio. I do 40 minutes, crank the resistance up, and I just trudge through it. So I guess you could say approximately about 140 minutes of training time daily. And then, one of those days though is gonna be just the cardio. I am working out and burning off a lot of those calories. Don't get me wrong. My job is sedentary. I'm here, I'm editing videos, I'm shooting content. I don't move a lot outside of my gym stuff. So that's basically in a nutshell all of my movement right there outlined for you guys. Now, let's talk about my diet, right? Obviously on an eating challenge day, my diet isn't necessarily there's no structure at all, because these eating challenges can be completely different. The sushi challenge was a lot of protein, a lot of clean carbs, not as much fat, whereas like a pizza challenge, it's gonna be a lot more fat. Chicken nugget challenge, a lot more fat. So I don't really have a way to adjust my macros out all week, because a lot of the times I don't know necessarily what I'm gonna get into that weekend for a challenge. So I don't really do anything crazy with my diet, like to account for those macros on an eating challenge, right? Just trust me, I'm not counting those macros at all. The most counting I do is to give you guys totals at the end of a challenge. Basically, if we're talking 6 days of the week that I'm not doing the challenge, right, my macros stay at about roughly 65 grams of fat, about 250 grams of protein, and about 100 grams of carbs. So that puts me right around 1,900, 2,000 calories typically, and I do let those sway a little bit. I try to never go over 2,000 calories, staying as close to those macros as I can throughout the week, right? So that puts me in a pretty big deficit. I try to keep all those meals pretty clean, and if I do go out to eat or dinner with friends, right, I'm focusing mainly on proteins and fats. So if you guys watch any of my vlogs, you know when we all go to like Roosters, we go to a restaurant, I'm always ordering grilled chicken, I'm always ordering like a burger with no bun, and getting some sauces and dipping them, you know. Just trying to keep my diet as clean as I can. And sometimes my macros might not hit those exactly, but I'm not overloading with carbs and I'm not having crazy binges unless it is an eating challenge day. So my diet also is meticulously tracked, logged all week up until the eating challenge. So everything is on point in that regard. Now, let's talk about what I do right before a challenge. So every Friday morning I wake up and have my workout with my guys. Typically we film it. You guys see if you watch my vlogs. What I'll do is I'll typically wake up that morning and I'll eat something probably around like 2 or 3 p.m. I fast, by the way. I fast every day until about 1 or 2 p.m. regardless of eating challenge or not. But I'll eat something about 1 or 2 p.m. Something little, maybe some egg whites or something. And then for every Friday night we go out to dinner, and typically we go to the same places. And like I just said, we'll do like grilled chicken and burgers and stuff. Well, what I'll do the night before, right? At about 8 p.m., 9 p.m., I'll have a massive meal. And this thing costs me like 40 bucks when I do it, but I'll get like 25 grilled boneless wings, and I'll get a burger, no bun, with some bacon, and I might get some, maybe some carbs, like I know the other night I got pita chips and hummus, and just got a big meal, and I'll fill myself up as much as I can. I'll be drinking tons of water, and my goal is 24 hours before the challenge to stretch my stomach out as far as I can, still kind of hit my macros, keep the protein and stuff high, but really stretch my stomach out. And that's the night before the challenge. And then come challenge day. So that today is challenge day for me. I wake up in the morning, business as usual regarding taking all my supplements and everything like that. But this time I fast all the way up until the challenge. So I don't eat anything, right? My stomach is stretched from the night before, but the fasting allows it to empty, but it's still kind of stretched out. So there's as much room in there as possible to jam as much food in as we can for these challenges. And then what I do is I'll take my pure aminos first thing in the morning, right? Caffeinated branched chain aminos, wake me up, get those branched chains in there. That way I'm fasting, I'm not really burning off any muscle. And in turn kind of keeps me at a really good spot, and I don't really have a lot of hunger up until the challenge. So that keeps it to where all the calories I get in that day are coming strictly from that challenge. I'll fast all the way up until, which is typically, I try to make it as close to 24 hours after that meal as possible, that final meal the day before, because 24 hours is about the optimal rate for digestion, so the stomach will be as empty as possible about that time. So we go, we do the eating challenge, right? And then depending on whatever it is, after that challenge, typically what I've been doing lately, after that challenge, I'm not really hungry, I don't want to eat anything else, but what I'll do is I'll go maybe get like a Halo Top or 2. You know, those aren't too bad for you. So I get a couple of those, and that is how I finish off my eating challenge day. And then now, after the challenge, which is probably the most important part, what I do after an eating challenge is a 24-hour fast, which means that I won't eat anything for 24 hours. So let's say I quit eating, like tonight we'll probably quit at about 7:30 p.m. I won't eat anything until around 7:30 p.m. the following night. So typically what I'll do is I'll cram all my macros in after that 24-hour fast. What that's gonna do is allow my body to detox, flush, and utilize all of that bad food I just ate, and really helps kind of bring me back to baseline, because after a crazy cheat meal like that, an eating challenge, there's so much sodium, so many preservatives, so much junk your body's not used to. It causes you to just kind of puff up and hold a lot of water, which is, when you're lean, you tend to notice it a little more. But Monday rolls around, because typically eating challenges are on Saturday, and then Monday rolls around and it's back to business as usual. So yeah, guys, nothing too crazy. I guess the key takeaways from this is that when I'm doing an eating challenge, and I know I have one coming up, right? My diet's good all week, and then I have specific that I'm fasting up until the challenge from the day before, and then after the challenge, I do a 24-hour fast. So I would say out of everything I do, on top of, you know, my 40 minutes of cardio and everything, I'd say on top of everything I do, it's those periods of time afterwards, right? The 24-hour fast, the fasting up until, that really help keep me tight, keep me lean while I'm smashing massive amounts of food. So if you're planning on going to an event, or you have something, or even eating challenge you want to do, utilizing that strategy will probably work for you as well. I can't think of anything else I need to touch on. So I think we covered all the bases, and I know I might have touched over on some stuff that I've already kind of covered on this channel, but I felt like this was good information for people. I was getting tons of comments about it, and I figured, hey, why not make it a quick video? And as I sit here, it is 2:30 p.m. and you know, we're gonna leave here to go up and do a challenge. We're doing the Terminator challenge, which is a massive burger. This thing's like yay big, and we're gonna go see if we can't tackle that. So I have a good feeling about it. Figured, hey, it was an appropriate time to put this video out. So that is gonna wrap this up. Thank you guys so much, as always, for your continuous support. I appreciate it more than you know. We are at 32,000 subscribers now, and things are good. We are growing at an amazing rate, and hopefully we can keep this momentum going. I don't really have any doubts about it. So thank you guys, as always, and don't forget to smile, remain positive, and pay someone a compliment, because you never know whose day you can be making better. With that, I'm out of here. This has been a Remington J's production. I will see you guys at the next video. Killing these outros, baby. See you guys.